This is our Forex blog for June 24th, 2016. And most days I fix patterns that show up that are bad, that could use additional rules, and then I will add some additional patterns. Friday, due to the British exit, the volatility was so high that I fixed about 20 patterns that day. None of these that show up here are brand new patterns. That's the first day in about 2 years where I didn't have enough time to add new patterns. There's so many that had failed. This one made about 400 pips in live trading on Friday. You can see here 884 pips because I got rid of a lot of losers. What's left, and this is how I do the stats. I only do one set of stats at the end of the day after I fix old patterns and add new ones. On Friday there was no new ones. The average loss 10.10 pips. The average win 33 pips. And I was just thrilled that all day or every day this week in live trading it didn't have a single losing trade with this insane volatility. Here's Thursday, 856 pips. And I did add a few patterns, maybe 4 or 5. 7.5 pips average loss and 25 pips average win. Wednesday, a little bit less volatility, fewer trades, 472 pips. Average loss 7 pips. Average win, there's quite a few wins, 20 pips. Almost 3 times bigger wins than losses. Tuesday, 318 pips. Average loss 6.4 pips. Average win 15. You know, a lot of winning trades with, you know, just a pip or two, and that skewed the averages down a little bit. Sunday, Monday, 554 pips. Very few losers that day. 5 pips average loss, and because of a few big wins here, the average win is 22 pips. So I'll just show a few of the trades. The volatility was just absolutely through the roof. And again, because I did not have time to add any new trades, I'm just going to show you the ones that ultimately were here. You can see a small loss here. The trend was up, it was trying to buy it and got stopped out due to the higher volatility. Trade here made about 30 or 40 pips. We'll look at the previous day, and this is right when all the volatility was going through the roof. You have a small loss here, but notice with all this choppiness, there's, you know, it'd be very easy for any system to lose 500 or 1,000 or 1,500 pips on that day. So I was very happy that during all this chop, there was no trades going on, and a lot of my rules prevent that. You can see earlier in the day, small win, break even, small, you know, 10 pip win, 5 pip loss or 2 or 3 pip loss. I'll bring up a few other charts to look at. Here's the Australian dollar. You can see a nice win here, small win, small loss. And again, look at all this chop here with no trades. That is 2 years worth of fixing older patterns and making sure that they don't trigger during this absolutely crappy up down trading. Earlier, a nice 30 pip win here. Previous day, you see a nice big one right here. I mean, absolutely huge one. 125 pips, about 30 pips here. Small, break even or loss. Small loss, break even, small win. And I'm just going to go through some of these. The pound obviously got just had the hugest move, so let's take a look at that one. Pound yen here, you know, nice win. And again, none of these are new patterns, these are old patterns, and there's a ton of trades that could have been added if I had about 3 weeks. It would take 3 weeks to add all the new patterns that didn't show up. You have a small loss here. Key to trading's big win, small losses, huge win here, as you can see. Downtrend, nice pullback. And I only take trend trades if the market's down, not down statistically too much. So if it's up 300, 400, 500 pips, I'm not buying that extreme high because most of the time you'll lose money at these extremes. So this one, you know, might have had a deep counter trend move up, and this is the beginning of the new downtrend, and it caught this, you know, almost 100 pip move here. But you can see all the bars volatility's through the roof, and unfortunately missed a lot of good trades. If I had 3 weeks to code up all the patterns for this day, it might have made 4,000 or 5,000 pips in one day. It was the most insane volatility. But I'm just happy, you know, when the market's doing all this, you know, gapping around, it wasn't triggering trades. Here's another 100+ pip move. I mean, you can see there's not many trades, which is very good. I'm just thrilled during this crap trading. It doesn't get in this high risk trading. Most of my rules have a certain amount of time for a pullback. So you can see this is 12:36 in the morning. Here's 12:36. So this was not even 1 second later. And so because of my time rules, none of none of the patterns would trigger during that, even though it's a nice trend trade and nice pullback, and it would have worked. These kind of, when the market's just insane volatility like this, you can really lose a fortune. So my main goal is to not lose money. And as you can see, it misses a ton of trades, which, you know, I am sad about, but I'm much happier being able to sleep at night, not having huge losses. There's a nice win. Another nice win. You know, a lot of missed opportunity, but again, not a lot of losers, which, you know, look at all this choppiness here. It's just, you know, there's a small win on the bottom. So I'm very happy overall. We'll start around midnight here. You can see very few trades in the markets because of the time-based rules. Here's a small win. There's a small loss right there. You know, and with over 4,500 patterns, the fact that there's not just 150, 200 losing trades during this up-down movement and high volatility is telling me that I did a very good job over the last 2 years of fixing the patterns that didn't work as well as some of my new ones. So that's it for today's blog. And there is a new release, 5.075 will be up in the download directory. When you open up the software, it will automatically update.